No, I didn't just film another video and then just throw some glitter on and call it a new look. What?
So we're dealing with a mix of natural light that's fading and some artificial light. So we're just...
Welcome! So today in this chit-chatty talking video thing, I figured we would talk about things like body image and stuff because that's always like a fun topic. And I'm at like a cool place with me and my relationship to my body, and it's like an interesting time and like stuff.
It's a journey.
So like, why not have talks about stuff and also the things as per usual.
I say like the same things all the time. Actually, because I don't know what to say or how to transition into another topic. Train of thought?
Segue.
I don't know how to segue. So like stuff and things. So yeah, let's get into it.
So me personally, I've always been like big, I've always been plus size, like whatever. That's just me, like that's always been a thing since I was little. It just is. So with that, body image has always been like a time. Sometimes better than others, you know, the usual.
And right now, it's pretty great and it has been for a while. So thanks.
And I kind of feel like that has a lot to do with the internet, not like with me being on the internet, but with the mindset and like feminism and stuff in the internet and this accessible sharing of positivity and coolness and like unlearning and all that stuff. Like that's definitely a big part of it, and from what I'm seeing, like that's been really good for a lot of people. I've seen a lot of like big girls getting it and like giving me life, and it is honestly a cool time.
So many people out here just killing the game. Which game? Every game. Any game.
So I'm in this like cool and weird place where I'm actually the most comfortable I have ever been in like myself and my body, like ever. And even in this super trash time that we're in and everything that's happening, I'm still like just growing more and more into it. Like it's just, I guess, evolution of me. So like it's a cool time in that aspect. Like that's not trash. And part of like the comfort and just hi is like, you know, talking about and like sharing stuff because that's what people do.
I'm told.
And while we're talking about like coming into comfort and like being comfortable with yourself and stuff, something that's actually been like a huge part of it for me and like my journey, because it's a journey that's like ever going with like body positivity and body image stuff, is unlearning all of the lies that you're told and that you grow up in, like that you're fed. Growing up in a white supremacist patriarchal society, you're just thrown all of this garbage all the time, and that's like what you grow up in. So you grow up in it and you have these like concepts all up in your head. So going through the process of unlearning is really freeing, and it like allows you to be like,
it's not me, that's the issue here.
Unlearning all the garbage and whitewashed history and like how all oppression is connected really brought it home that like, oh, the issue is not me, it's
like it's not me, it's you. I'm not the problem. All the pieces that create the sum of my existence is not the issue here.
And that's like a really chill time. That's a process that I've been going through like learning stuff and then learning things for like years now. At times you're like, wow, that's a lot to take in. But then you were left with the freedom of like the truth, I guess. Like getting rid of the discomfort in myself and internalized racism and disconnecting my body. That's like all by the design of these ingrained social structures. So like once that process begins, it's like,
oh, we're just on this journey towards being cool with me and wanting to smash these structures.
and then, you know, you're just allowed to allow yourself to exist.
What a concept. What?
It's like in unlearning all of these things, you get back ownership of you, and like that's conversations that like me and my family and like, you know, people out there are having a lot and all the time. It's really true, and like connecting over that wow. In unlearning and then learning more, you get back you, and that's just such a strange thing, but like that's what's up. All the bits and pieces that were taken before you're even born, and then every day after that up to the point of like the realizations, you get to like build yourself back up. And like it's really sucky that that's like a thing that we have to do, but the afterwards, I guess, is worth it, since all these like disgusting ideas are already part of the structure of like what you grow up in no matter what. So getting it all back is cruel, even though it's sucky that like you have to get it all back.
Like, I'm trying not to get super specific, just because then that goes off into other conversations. And then this will be like a 500-year video. Like, we could be talking about all sorts of stuff. Also, I'm about to get labeled an SJW, that's hilarious. But, like, also not really wrong.
So unlocking all of that, I have found to be a really big part of my connection to my body and like body positivity and stuff, because it's like unlearning the trash that you're fed. You get to say, that's actually wrong and I don't need to follow this and these things that you're trying to sell me. So I'm actually gonna go over here and I'm gonna be cool with me, and it's gonna be a great time whether you like it or not. Enjoy. Just as it is with like most things, it's a lot easier to apply body positivity to other people. It's a lot easier to say, you know what? No, that's wrong for anyone, including me, to be judging your body like this. Like, why? What does it matter to me? My thoughts on your body have nothing to do with you. There's nothing wrong with your body, and I can't know everything just by looking at you and like stuff and things.
Your size doesn't define you, whatever,
All of that, it's so much easier to apply that to other people and the way you see people and change that than it is to like change the way you do yourself. And that goes along with the you're always harder on yourself than other people. Like, no matter what, that's just how it is. You're always gonna be your worst critic. That's like a human trait, I feel. It's definitely a journey to apply that to yourself. You know, you can't expect it to be immediate of once you're like, you know what, this isn't cool. The relationship with my body is weird and it's based on outside sources, not me. Let me form my own ideas and opinions. Let me reconnect and reclaim my own body. I mean, like, that's at least how it was for me. It's definitely been a journey. It was not immediate. It was never immediate. It's been like a long period of time to get to where I am now, where I feel the most comfortable, and it's like I'm getting more. And that doesn't mean that there's not like those moments where you're like, let's not. But as a general whole, like getting to a point where if you aren't feeling comfortable with your body and like you're not connecting to that and like stuff, you can't expect it to be immediate. It's definitely a journey, and it's like, it can be a bumpy journey. And it's like not really a destination, because it's like always improving, changing stuff. Something that I think has been really helpful is recognizing that being body positive and like being positive about your body doesn't mean that every day is a good day for you. Like, you're still gonna have those days and moments when you're like not feeling it and you're not in like a great place, and that's fine, because it is a journey, you know? That doesn't necessarily mean being completely comfortable every second of every day. Like, that's, you know, that's how that is. And something for me that I have found to be really like good is whenever I'm having a bad day or whatever, and I'm like, no, when I'm not feeling the best, or I'm like, wow, I wish I could wear that, or I would want to wear that, or whatever, like
the stuff you do.
I find it super helpful to try to accept the advice I would give to someone else. And that goes back to the you're always hard on yourself. If someone else says,
Hey, I wish I could wear that, but I can't. I have a tummy, whatever, my arms.
my advice would be, if you feel cute and comfortable or whatever, once you're in it, it doesn't matter if you think that it's gonna make other people uncomfortable. Like, that's irrelevant. Just do it because you want to. So accept your own advice, kind of. I found that to be super great for me, because then I'm like, fine, like, you're not wrong, but I guess. You don't gain anything by restricting yourself based on what other people think you should or shouldn't put on your body. That makes no sense. Like, there were definitely times when I would not be out here wearing like any of the things that I wear today. I wouldn't even put it on. I wouldn't have left the house in them or felt like that's something that I could do. And like, now I'm out here in crop tops constantly. Like, I'm wearing a bralette and mesh right now. It's a really chill time. It's great. I feel comfortable. I feel fine. I like it. I put it on because I want to, because I like it. And that's like as simple as it has to be. Like, you would catch me in accepting anything that would just fit my body, rather than getting to pick out and figure out what I want to wear because I like it, not just because I can get it on. So like, that's a very different thing. It was like, I want it to be over as fast as possible. You fit, you're good.
If it fits, it ships, like.
Cool. You're really ugly, but I can get you on. Awesome. For me, and my journey has definitely been a connection to my last video where I was talking and like gender stuff, and going from just accepting boys' clothes and like that situation, and then moving into what is considered girls' clothes. So there's that. The retail market for plus size is still like kind of a mess. Sizing is really weird sometimes. A lot of them will add a plus section, but it won't have a really extensive range of sizes where they'll only go up to a certain point. And it's like, but there's so many other people that fit in the next range. That isn't even the next range, it's part of the same range, but you're ignoring, and you're like, no, we're gonna just stop here. This is it. This is the biggest we'll go. So then you have all these other people that can't find things that are cute or that they would want to wear, and you're just stuck with like, what? Like, why? As a retailer, why wouldn't you want to make as much money as you can off people? Like, isn't that the concept of capitalism and like what you're out here trying to do? So why wouldn't you want to appeal to literally everybody so you can get everyone's money? Instead, you would rather just continue to sell like beauty standards and like, you need to fit into these sizes and these shapes and these things, or else you're not a person and you don't deserve to wear these clothings and you don't get to exist. Like, why is that? It's either that or you have to spend $500 on a single thing because you can't find anything else in your size. Okay. And like, a lot of that goes back to the connection with assuming that bigger is bad, and that people don't just naturally have different body types and shapes and naturally have different sizes that fit them and their body. Like, sure, you could be over and underweight, and it's like, it can be unhealthy for you personally, but being fat doesn't make you unhealthy. And that connection, I'm seeing a lot of people realizing that, but with that you still see all these people that don't seem to get that concept that not everyone is supposed to have the same body. That's not how it works.
That's not how any of this works.
Not really a hard concept. What you look like on the outside really doesn't mean anything about your health. So like, that's another argument that could just like disappear, where people are like, I'm worried about your health. Like, let's not just be assuming things about people is kind of like the basis of everything. What is that doing for you and for the person you're assuming about? And then like, let's loop back around to terminology. I usually refer to myself as like bigger or like plus. Like,
Thick is like a fun, newer thing that like people like, so like, I could apply that to me, sure.
and like, what I'm seeing a lot of people doing, and what I love to see from other people like on the internet and stuff, is people reclaiming the word fat. And like,
This is mine now. I'm using it to describe myself, and I'm gonna use this in a positive way, and this is a way that I'm saying, ha, got it. This is mine. You're not using this against me anymore.
so like, in my journey with my body, I'm trying to get to that place, even though like, they're not connected to specific pinpoints. Like, these aren't landmarks. It's not the same for everybody. That's something that was used as a weapon against me for like a really, really long time. So trying to reclaim that is cool. Like, I want that. Like, in my mind, this is mine, you can't use it. You can say that to me and I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. It's like that with a lot of stuff, because like, I'm an easy target. So like, I don't care. Like, you're not gonna say anything that I haven't heard before. It's irrelevant. I don't care. I didn't ask for your opinion. And even if I did, it doesn't mean I'm gonna take it.
So, I'm cool. Thanks.
I'm trying to get to that point where I can be like, yes, it's me. And I can describe myself using that. Like, even right now in a controlled setting, it feels weird because like, that word makes me uncomfortable still in a way. You can say it to me and it's not gonna be uncomfortable, but like, me using it feels uncomfortable for me.
Because of the way that it's been used for like ever.
That's also just part of the journey of body positivity and body image stuff. And this is like a really long topic that could go into a lot of stuff, and like, I don't really feel like having another really long video. Also, I feel like this video doesn't have a whole lot of direction, so like, maybe I should have done that. Me in the past. Maybe future me will have to figure that out in this video, or this video will just be a jumbled mess and I'll have to leave this in, and this will sum everything up and make it seem like it's less of a mess, even though I'm just describing the fact that it is a mess. But if I say something is a mess and it is a mess, does that make it not be as much of a mess because that makes it seem like it's somewhat intentional because I'm self-aware that it's a mess? Or does that in itself make it even messier, so then none of this even matters? Your relationship to your body on different levels, in this way we're talking about like body positivity and like size, is a journey. So this can't all be wrapped up in one singular video, especially because this is only locking in this specific place and time. So like, I guess the point of this video is body positivity is a journey. I'm on a journey. I'm in a great place in that journey personally. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I've been feeling last couple years. Steady journey towards greater and greater. It's a cool time. It's a journey, and if you're also on the journey, awesome. I love that, and I want to see everybody on that journey, because like it can only lead to great places. If everyone feels comfortable and great, what's wrong with that? How is that a bad thing? I'm fat and I'm cool with it.
Look, I used the word.
Cool. So like there's a little about me, I guess. We're just, you know, talking about myself to a camera and then spending hours editing that period of time where I sat in front of a camera and talked about myself, and then putting it on the internet so other people can watch a video where I'm talking about myself. I'm clearly great at completing a thought, so I'm just gonna complete this video now. And there's children. We come in peace. Subscribe for new videos whenever they get posted. Also, social media grab in the description. Okay, bye. Also, Shrinky Dink earrings, because you're a complete person all by yourself.
Because they're like inspired by the artwork from the film adaptation of Hedwig and the Angry Inch from the sequence for Origin of Love, which is like the theory that like you have a missing half and a missing part, so it's like the soulmates concept. But then like through the movie you find out that like your soulmate is you. You don't need to be looking for someone else. Like if you find someone else that's cool but they're not your other half, you're complete. Like you don't need another half, because even if you're broken, you're not broken.
Cool.